What's up? What's up? What's up? We back with another episode of Rapping R&B with Ray. We got a legendary figure.
For
You know what
sure.
I'm saying? I ain't gonna give all the names out because I got questions about the names.
Yeah.
But I got Coach Bumaye in the building. Gonna let
For
the
sure.
people know who don't know who you
For
are, what
sure.
you do, what you represent.
I wish hanging with him, man. It's Coke Bumaye, the McDowell Masterpiece, the gray hair bird to be exact. Man, I represent the culture in full and whatever come along with it.
All right, for sure. Let's start there. The McDowell Masterpiece.
For sure.
Break down that where that name came
It's one of my meaning one of my meaning names though, but we are of South Jackson, right? And but shout out to the whole town, the whole state. But we of South Jackson and like man, we done seen the ups and downs of that area, you know what I'm saying? But it's all beautiful at the end of it, whether it be, the struggle of it or the beauty in it, the both sides of it. So man, I think like and it kind of culminated to who we are. We got a lot of things about us that started on those corners, with love though. So it's a masterpiece to us. So yeah, I just represent it.
from. All right, right on. So I bring everybody in for a reason. And I got two reasons for you.
Thank you though. Thank you for
Mom,
bringing us in
yeah,
for sure.
moment of transparency. I was supposed to have Coke on before,
Yeah,
but it was a busy day and things didn't transpire. But I
for sure.
got to catch the show,
For
the
sure.
second, third show I'd have been to,
For sure.
and that brought a second reason for I need Coke on the show.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna start with the second reason, man. You cultivated the entire city, um, and being able to put everybody in one room from the old legends to the new legends to the up and coming group
Mm-hmm.
around the room.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about that process and the ability or what allowed you to be able to put so many different levels of people in one room.
Well, first off, it's a privilege though, for one. But for two though, it's just about man. I am a part of all those aspects of the culture though. Whether it be the OGs or the forefathers of this thing, I watched them and admired them, and felt like they inspired us at such a young age. You know what I'm saying? So I want to make sure that we always pay homage to what they did, right? Because a lot of times they get lost, and sometimes it's harder for the next generation coming up because we act like it wasn't nobody before us. Everybody gotta be the one, right? And you could be the fifth, and it'll be easier for you,
Yeah.
So like, I want to make sure I still connected. And as far as like the younger generation too, though, like I'm a part of it too. Like I'm a part of like what they doing. I'm inspired by what they doing too. So like I don't exclude nobody. Like whoever like take this serious and like understand what we doing as a city, as a state, as a culture, lock in. Let's tap in. So yeah, man. I think one of my gifts or one of the privileges I have is to be a bridge through whatever age you is or whatever type of music you like. We doing it on that level. Tap in.
Okay. So another thing you did with the show, you had press passes.
For sure.
So what made you guys decide to do the press passes and what was the goal behind it?
We want to just make sure we show love. Like it's a lot of I think where we at now in culture. You got people that's doing podcasts, radio shows. It's just kids who like to talk on Facebook. Everybody has an opinion, and I think we got to embrace that instead of pushing it away. In Jackson or places like Jackson, a lot of people talk about what we lacking, right? And I think everybody lacking something, but I think what we really need to like embrace is media. So when you put out a phenomenal project, you need somebody to talk to. You need somebody to film it. You need somebody to like report it to the world. And we all have small worlds that we in control of. So, whatever your Facebook world is, whatever your Instagram world is, you need somebody to say, "Hey, this was dope," or you need somebody to say, "Hey, I like this a little bit, but it needed
It
this
needs
right
a little
here,"
extra.
so you can grow. I think media allows you to grow, and I think we want to like get a media opportunity to see how far we've grown and how far we got to grow too. So we want to like just show them love.
Okay, sticking in the show lane, I've been to, like I said, a couple of the shows. Most recently, I went to the show for the ladies. I don't remember the specific name
Mm-hmm.
of it, but it was at
The
440.
yeah, okay, yeah.
Um, and then I went to the most recent show at the Renaissance Room.
Mm-hmm.
To me, it was two different shows.
Yes,
One
yeah,
was catered to the ladies, and as a guy in the crowd, of course, I rock with the songs.
yeah.
But I felt like after going to the second show, I said, "Oh, this is a show for everybody. Like he
Right,
making sure we all feel it.
right,
That catered to the audience that it was for,
right,
and this is cater. I mean, to the audience that it's for, but it's the more broad, inclusive
right,
audience.
right.
When it comes to artistry, I feel like a lot of people don't concentrate on the audience.
Hmm.
What makes you, or how do you go about tailoring your shows, or even the albums to the audience that you desire to receive it?
I really don't look at it like that for the most part. Like, I'm a dynamic man, right? So, I try to make sure I just showcase how dynamic I am. So at a show, now of course when we do like a ladies show, a woman show, I think it's important that we concentrate on women, right, in all aspects. So like we like to kind of like get women a safe space to kind of get in there and unwind and do their thing. It take a lot to get a woman out the house and come support you. Men, shout out to the men, but you know, women they might gotta get an outfit, makeup, babysitter. You know, they gotta really do this. So we want to make sure we let them know we really, really support it. And because we so dynamic as a group, not just me personally, but my whole team dynamic, right? So we want to make sure like especially when we doing these shows in the same area because we got so much music, we got so much talent right in the city. We want to be able to showcase all that without it kind of spilling over and interfering with each other. So when we do these separate smaller shows, we try to make sure they cultivate separate support groups, and then we put it all together and say, "Hey, let's everybody tap in."
That's fire. I'm glad you brought up the group because that was one of the questions I wanted to ask. Specifically being at the shows and watching how Kansas promotes you and
Yeah,
y'all cross promote each other.
yeah, yeah,
Having somebody, I mean, of course, the rest of the team too,
for
but
sure.
Kansas on the mic.
Oh, for sure.
Um, could you talk about how y'all formulated that relationship and how supportive, how having somebody in your corner that supports you to that degree
Right.
helps you as an artist?
Well, honestly, man, these people that I'm around is and it's probably like one of my greatest gifts as a entrepreneur, as an artist, was to have people around me that hold me accountable as a man, right? And they just spill over into being an artist, right? So for us, is so with these guys, these my brothers first. Like I went to middle school with these guys, and I know their moms, I know their children, they know my mom, they know my children. So the level of accountability is at a different tier. It's not really about how good I rap or how good I perform, right? That's secondary to who I am as a man and who they are as a man. So sharing these dreams with
Uh-huh.
Kansas. Oh, I'm sorry. That's my phone tripping. Sharing these dreams with Kansas feel easy. It's not really a thing. Like I share clothes with him. You know, you
You
know,
go all the way back.
if he had a full platinum sweater that I liked that he wore Wednesday, Friday I got it on, right? So like to now build brands with him, to do these things with Fee and these type of people. I knew these people before the music. All my friends, we knew each other before the music. So these things just came natural, organic.
Okay. Transitioning to the music side of things, one of the things that I love that y'all did was when y'all did the Thanksgiving song and
Hmm.
y'all brought together a collection of artists.
Hmm.
How did that come about, and how do you feel like that impact on the city was from the artist's perspective?
Oh man, that was amazing. We did a whole album, and Charles Palmer, Twy, um, a lot. It was a lot of people. Vegas, Tricky, Savage, a lot of the guys. Like I said, a lot of these things be organic for me. I don't really go into things from a business standpoint first. It's about how it feel to me. If it feel good, it feel like it's fun. I don't really try to like stress myself into like doing something. If I don't want to do it, it's cool. It don't fit right for me. I ain't gonna be able to show up the right way. So being in the studio with these guys, I already had been in there several times with them. The relationships was already there. We just need to lock in and get it done. Charles Palmer, who was spearheading the project, he's a dynamic producer. He show up and he know how to like really get things done. Getting in there with the Trickies, the Vegases, the these different type of people. Amanda Ferg is on the as well. It was always fun just being in the studio and kind of like seeing what we could take it to as a collective. And I think that was inspiring for the city to see us come together and do these things. We are from different sides of town, different places, but we from the same city, so sometimes you had these divides that are not even real. So to see people come together and execute at their level, at their clip, I think, man, it showed, and I think it was for to show everybody that, man, we can I'll do this whenever we get ready. We can like deliver at that tier.
Okay. So as far as the Jackson scene, the Tri County area, what do you feel like it would take for Jacksonians to put Jackson music first or in a playlist consistently enough as we should to support, not just support because we from Jackson, but the music is there to support. Like we
Mm-hmm.
got quality music coming out. What do
Mm-hmm.
you feel like gets us over that hump to where people are driving down listening to Jackson artists on a consistent basis?
Man, I think it's just about making that level of music, really. Um, Nowhere, I don't really think it's nowhere where they only listen to their town, right? But and you want as a Jackson artist, I want you to put in the Kendricks, the Drakes, the J. Cole's, because that's how we gonna judge it though. If you only listen to Jackson music, that's how you get these quotes like, "Oh man, you the best in Jackson."
Mm,
And like that's not what we're in it for, right? So yeah, when you get to listen to Coke Bumaye, or you listen to Vegas or Tricky, or Trey Dice, or Dale, man, whoever, any of these guys, put in whoever you think the top tier artist in the game is, and like go bar for bar, line for line, beat for beat. That's how we gonna like see who it is. So I don't think it's just about only listening to Jackson music. You gonna listen to that because you of that, like, so it's gonna relate and it's gonna connect to you, but you need to kind of venture out too. So when you do come back home, you'll know why you appreciate it so much.
okay, that's solid. So let's talk about artistry and community.
Hmm.
Do you tie those together or do you separate them? You do a lot of work in the community.
For sure. Not really, man. I think like I said, it's really just about who we are as men, as humans, right? That's what the community work is about. So it's not really like we tie them together. Sometimes if they have a organic marriage, then great. But if not, then hey man, some things that need to be done in the community. Let's do them. Like if we can, we will. If we can't, then let's see how we can get them done and go from there. It's really not this long thought out thing. We come in contact with kids, we do work with kids. We come in contact with people without housing, we try to do things with people without housing. We see them, we can affect them. It's not really like we just sitting around thinking about what we could do. What we could do kind of come to us. It kind of knock on our door. So it's like if you go outside and there's some trash in your yard, you pick
Pick
it
it
up.
up.
So like it's not really like this crazy thing. So yeah, man, we don't really connect it in that way. I think our duty as humans, our duty as men, we they try to move with integrity and honor. Let's get something done if we can get it done.
Okay. So digging back more into the music, how is your creative process? Do you I know you talk about the vibes that you feel.
Hmm.
Do you just write when you feeling the vibe or do you kind of try to set it on some type of time to make sure you're getting this some amount of music out or written or recorded?
Um, Honestly, man, I got asked this question last night at an interview. Was about like what inspired me or something like that. I, and I really don't even know if I'm inspired. I'm just disciplined, like in that way. Like, and I think all art is about discipline, right? How hard are you gonna practice it or create when you not necessarily motivated or inspired? Because when you're not motivated or inspired, you can create about not being motivated and inspired or inspired. So for me, I'm always creating in that way. Like, so I don't really have a schedule, right? I might have a target I'm trying to hit when it's like album time, or we got a specific project we working on, then I can kind of tailor the sound to that. But for the most part, when I hear something I like, or somebody send me a open verse or something, we just get it done. Like, so I'm always doing it. So I don't never really have a time where it's kind of like, I don't have nothing to do. It's just kind of like what we do. It's a part of my day to day existence.
Okay. So how many songs would you say you sitting on or are you doing a good job do you feel like of getting the song that you want to put out to the people?
Songs I'm sitting on right now. Man, I don't know. I'm always putting. I'm gonna put something out, but like I said, I got pieces of songs, full songs. You know, I don't really know, but I'm gonna do a job with. I only create to get it out, right? Or I might create something that's like just for me and my peers or my family or my. I might create something that's like specific like that, but I don't create to like necessarily hold it. I'm here to empty myself in this world. Like I'm here to empty myself. Whatever I got to offer, I want to do that. So I do got some records that I'm holding, but I'm not necessarily holding them for nothing. I just created them. I don't really have no home for them yet. As
Okay,
soon as I find a home for them, they shipped out.
I love that. So you just did a partnership with the boutique floral boutique company.
Hmm.
How do you feel about that? And are there any other partnerships that you want to kind of pursue moving forward?
Yeah, we just did the Bumaye bouquets with P-Lux bouquets. I just feel like that was on brand. I really just like to partner with things that I really do, so it don't seem like a stretch. Um, at my shows, since separation, we've been doing flower arrangements just to show the growth in who we are. Growing and letting go. So they've been a representation, and P-Lux Bouquet has been doing those arrangements for us. Um, so the partnership seemed like a no-brainer.
Yeah.
It's Valentine's. You know how we get in that love bag with the ladies and just that type of energy. So it seemed on par. It was a bouquet that me and her helped create together, just the style of what we thought would embrace that energy of what we were trying to do, and give people a chance to like just. And listen, I told her, you know, you know, I wanted my bouquet to be for women only, right? I think we in this era of where men want flowers. And I get it. I get what they saying, like they
In
want flowers,
theory,
but
the
in
theoretical
theory, but
flowers.
like I'm from an era where like women get the flowers. Yo, woman receive the flowers, and I want to get back to that. I made that bouquet with that in mind. That like, man, this is for a time where men were strong and um they was dynamic in the way they had their own feelings, and like you deserve to feel. But I think we got to get back to where men are the protectors and women are a little bit more delicate and these type of things. Of course, we got feelings and we deserve, compassion and those things too. But
It's a balance.
get the women the flowers, man. Like, come on now,
No, that's solid. Make sure y'all go out and support. It's
for
a
sure.
great thing when we have collaborations
Yeah,
in
man.
the community that we service. Are there any other artists? I mean, you work with a lot of people.
Yeah.
Are there any other artists that you may have not worked with that you looking forward to connecting with?
Honestly, man, it's really about the easier question probably would be who I'm not looking forward to connect with. Really, because for the most, I really want to connect with whoever take the craft seriously and got some love for it and want to like push the culture forward. I really don't have no list. If I see it and we could put it together, I'm with it. Like I want to like really like you were saying, the collaboration is important. We have focused so much as a culture on competition.
Hmm.
Competition is cool, I get it, what I'm saying, but we got to focus a little bit more on collaboration because we can get further with a collaboration. So even with artists pairing up with different businesses and different things like that, we got everything we need if we can kind of look past um some of the old constructs that we can kind of look and see like, man, it's a lot of things that's on brand with who we are as a people. And I think once we kind of like take control of our culture, like in a way where the things that we say represent where we from and how we feel and what we look like, what we dress like, what we talk like, it'd be hard for somebody to come in and infiltrate that because by the time they try to infiltrate it, the Jackson creators have already took all those spots, and we look like us, and we sound like us, and we move like us. So I want to work with everybody, man, where it makes sense. And if I can't work with you, and I know somebody else who can, and it make a little bit more sense to me, I want to put that down too.
All right, that's solid. I was talking to Dev Mack on the interview the other day,
Mm-hmm.
and he got Mississippi Madman out and just talking about the narrative.
He going crazy on it too.
So if you had to put a narrative on Jackson, what would be the narrative you would give it?
Um, I think the narrative would be like we are super talented in a cultural like gold mine, right? And it just take us getting in line the right way, like in a way where kind of like I said, we not competing, but we collaborating in a way, and we take full control of what we have. Because it's evident that we're a gold mine because people come in and extract the gold all the time, and it's like we only see the gold when somebody take it.
Hmm.
Now it's like, wait a minute, we
We
had
had
this
gold.
amazing thing, and it's like it's just about us recognizing what we are and who we are, and like always defining it, like defining it through everything we do, the things we eat. We need to like eat Jackson. We need to wear Jackson. We need to think Jackson, read Jackson, watch Jackson movies. That don't mean we don't tap into other things too, because that's important. It's important to be well rounded. But when
Hmm.
it comes time to like center ourselves in home, we got everything we need to do this. So the narrative for me would be we're a gold mine, and some of us know it, and the people who know it, it's our duty to show everybody else that we did.
Yeah, I heard it here first. Jackson, the gold mine.
Yeah,
Period. Just
fact.
like that.
That's a fact.
So, any projects that you got coming up that you want to talk about? Maybe visual projects that you're working on with the team.
Well, right now, man, the most important project we got is Flower, the short film, and we've been working super hard on it. Shout out to the creator, Kansas G to We. Um, he wrote a book, Pee Wee, NBA Dreams, and man, we just turned it into a movie. He woke up one day and said, man, he want to turn it into a short film. He has always been like a visionary, and he hasn't been scared to like push the limits and like take control of like the things, and to have somebody like that in your phone able to call and share ideas with that don't be like, I don't know, bro. Like it don't matter how big the idea, his mindset is, man, we can figure it out, or we can, let's see what we can do. So when he called me and said, man, I want to turn this into a short film, it was on the right for me to be like, oh yeah, we can figure it out.
We gonna make it happen.
We can see what we can do. So yeah, man, that's our most important project right now. We got the short film coming out, Flowers, gonna come out Mother's Day. We also got the soundtrack we've been working on that's coming out a little bit before Mother's Day. So right now, that's what we're gearing up to. Just making sure we kind of handle it as properly as possible.
Okay, so expanding out on the artistry, of course, the
Yeah.
creatives that you all are. Is this the first video project at this scale of being a film? And if it
Yes.
is, how has adapting to understanding how it's working been?
Honestly, man, I think when we start to limit ourselves as one type of artist, sometimes you'll get in a room and there's 10 rappers in the room, right? And what's gonna keep you in the room is being a writer, or what's gonna keep you in the room is being a director. And you are all those things if you're an independent artist. If you're an independent artist, man, you got a lot of titles that you're not accounting for. You just going in saying you're a rapper. I think once you start to strip down all the titles, and you have proof of concept because you done it for yourself. And if you done it at a high clip, you could do that for somebody else. So like when it was time to direct, I had already started. I had been directing my own videos and visuals and thing, and people had been receptive to them in a way where they thought it was super creative, and I knew it was myself. So when it was time to direct this, I just went in with it, and I did the work too. Also, just trying to study and look and seeing how I could bring something valuable to the project. So, yeah, I think this is the first time we've done something like this. So, like visually, like some of this nature, but it wasn't so hard because we didn't go in thinking like we was just rappers or we was just managers or whatever the title was. We went in saying, man, we creatives and we got the mind to like think in different ways, and we got the resources. We can figure whatever we need to figure out. And I think when you go into some with that type of mind state, you can get it done, right? And what you can't get done is gonna push you. So whatever things we couldn't get a hold to, it made us be more creative. We had to be more creative. So yeah, man, I enjoyed the process dealing with so many moving pieces, being in the room with different creative, different people who thought different and looked had different perspectives. it kind of gave us this ultimate level of like putting teamwork and a collaborative project. So man, I'm really excited.
Oh, that's solid. So if you had, well, wide ranging because you touch everybody.
Mhm.
What's some advice you would give to a creative, an artist, a rapper, a videographer that is struggling, or they feel like they're struggling to level up in their art? Whether it's I've been in for 5 years and it's been kind of stagnant, or I'm just starting out and I'm trying to grow a fan base, or I've been in 10 years, I got a fan base, but I can't hit that ceiling of busting through the ceiling. What's the word of advice you would kind of pour into them?
I think first of all, it's just like checking yourself in a way to make sure that you don't cover our bases though too though. A lot of times we want um a super big restaurant and we can't maintain our kitchen at the house. Once you get your kitchen at the house down pat, like really down pat, you know every dish it, you know it's the cleanness, it's well put together, you understand it, then I think you can move to the next stage, right? Until you done that, right? And until you done that for a while, until you maintain it, like not doing it one time and saying you're ready to get out of there, but maintain it and cultivating this to where you know how to maintain this with your eyes closed. And then you go to the next level. So for me, my only advice to any creative is to be authentic and keep going. Like just keep doing it. Like to the point where if you said to yourself you want to be an artist, then you already achieved that dream. Now, if you said you wanted to be a famous artist, that's different. You said you wanted to be a rich artist, that's different. If you said you wanted to be a world-renowned artist, that's different. But if you said you wanted to be an artist, you done already reached that goal. So now it's just about keep going, right? And if you can't do that, then it's probably not for you.
Solid, man. Anything you want to leave with the people, and then let them know where they can follow you at, what you open to working with, how they can contact you, what way they should contact you, all
Yeah.
that good stuff.
Everywhere, man, it's called Bumaye, Cokebumaye. I'm open to the love, man. Let's lock in, man. Let's push the culture forward. Let's make sure we're getting the work done.
Solid. So I appreciate you, Coach. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. This is Rapping R&B with Ray, and we
Yeah.
got the legendary Coach Bumaye,
Love my
just like
brother.
that.
Love. Thank you.